Hey, what's going on, guys? Comeback again here. In this video we're going to be implementing double pump pushes functionality within our make move function. So the very first thing to consider, I just want to grab this tricky position and scroll down to the very bottom of my source code and just to update this from the previous episode, so it would be restored to its original state. And let's open the terminal, the current working directory, and by simply typing make, we would be able to compile the source. And if it compiles, we just want to run the binary executable produced by the compiler, which is called chess hexadecimal 88. So here we go. And first, I will probably alter the move from A2 to A4 instead of A2 to A3, so we're handling the double pawn push. You see, like, pawn on initial state, pawn here, and pawn here. But nothing much really happens, so we don't have the enpassant square being set up there. So when we did push this sort of a A4 pawn, A3 becomes the enpassant square. So the next move, B4 pawn might have captured this A3, this pawn that is now stands on A4 on this A3 square. And that's in order to make it actually possible, we need to set up this A3, and in case of so the square that stands before the pawn that we've pushed ahead, 2 squares ahead, and the same for if you just pushing the black pawn, it would be just the square just below the pawn, that black pawn as well. So it's really easy to implement, but before that we need to specify the flag that is responsible for the double pawn push. So here we got the from square, to square, the promoted piece, the capture flag, and this flag, if memory serves me correctly, it should be the flag responsible for the double pawn push. But we'll see this just right in a moment. So yeah, let's keep it 0 for now, and let's get back to our parse move within parse move section within the make move function. So we'll keep writing our make move function here, and I just want to create a variable called yes, let's call this double push, and the macro name get move, and I guess I call this get move pawn. Not really that sure, but we'll see that just right in a moment. So I also want to print f my double push flag. So at the moment, this double push flag should be equal to 0 because I didn't yet set it up. So here we can say double pawn push flag if you want this. Okay, and decimal in the new line, decimal string formatting here. So I just want to try to run this again. What do we got? So yeah, we got this double pawn push flag equals to 0 because we didn't yet set it up. And if I just try to set it up right over in here, I guess it should be equal to 1 now. So let's see. Yeah, it is. So as far as this flag has been recognized, we don't really need this print statement anymore, so we can get rid of it. And now it's literally enough to say the following stuff. And by the way, guys, before I proceed, it's incredibly important to keep the order of things that we are actually doing within this make move function, because if you shift this these lines of code, if you shift the places for these lines of code, you might already start getting wrong results. So let me just show you an example. So here we kind of what we do here, we are resetting our enpassant square every single move, and then exactly after resetting this enpassant square, we can handle our double pawn push here. So imagine that we specify our double pawn push logic before we resetting this enpassant square. It won't really make much sense because even though we did specify it, would be resetted the next line of code, in the next line of code. So we definitely want to avoid this. So please bear in mind the structure. Please bear in mind the order of these actions that are taking place within our make move function. This order is absolutely essential. So now I can simply say if and how I call this, double push. So if double push, which means we just check if this variable storing the flag for to distinguish the double pawn push move. So if it equals to true, in this case we need to make something similar that we've been doing here when we did implement our enpassant capture. So if not side, which means if side is equal to white, or in other words, if side is equal to 0, or it's equal to white pieces. So white pieces are encoded with 0, and the black pieces are encoded with 1. So in this case, we want to set the enpassant square. So I'm using this global enpassant variable. So enpassant equals I'm sorry, not like this. This is I need to use the ternary operator here, obviously. So enpassant square would be equal. Should I use from square, right? No, I should use 2 square. Yeah, obviously. So 2 square and plus 16, just like here. And otherwise, so I also need to enclose this expression in parentheses in order to fit the C programming language's syntax. And here we got this minus 16. So if I did everything correctly, it now should be setting out the enpassant square on the double pawn pushes. So let's have a look if it is so actually. So here we got initial position. So here we're moving our pawn from A2 to A4. So here we have enpassant equals to no square, and here we got enpassant square equals to A3, which is absolutely the truth here. So I'm also obviously I'm already converting the board square index responsible to represent the A3 square to human readable coordinates. So just to make it easier to see. And I would also like to try to make the same stuff, but for the black pieces. So let me just try to move the pawn from C7 to C5, and before that I just really probably want to change the colors, even though it's not essential, but just to make it a little bit more clear. So let's move the pawn from C7 to C5 now, and it should make the C6 square to be the enpassant to be the enpassant square. So let's have a look. Okay, we got this square on we got this pawn on C7. Okay, then it moves to C5. So here we got no enpassant square, and here we get enpassant square equals to C6, which is absolutely exactly the same, the exact behavior we're supposed to see there. So it seems like our double pawn push move handling with the make move function works correctly. So the next video we're gonna be handling the castling moves. So I hope you learned something interesting out of this video. Thanks for watching. Until the next time, and take care.